अस्सलाम वालेकुम everyone, this is me इकरा A from राहत कुफरंगी कैंपस और आज मैं अगेन CCM पर हूँ. So hi
Hey
Maya,
there.
hi Maya, how are you today?
Well, thanks for asking. What's going on with you tonight?
Maya, what does the word wow mean?
You were saying wow? Yeah, that's a pretty universal expression. Usually it means someone's surprised or impressed by something. What made you curious about that one?
When do people use the expression wow?
You mean when do people use moment?
What feeling does wow show?
I'm not catching that last word clearly. You said. What feeling does what show? Can you say it again?
What feeling does wow show?
Ah, got it. What feeling does wow show? It shows a bunch of feelings, actually. Surprise, amazement, excitement, sometimes even disbelief. It's pretty versatile. Do you think there's a specific situation where you'd use it?
Is wow used in happy situation?
Sounds like you're asking if wow is used in happy situations. Definitely. People say wow when they're excited or impressed. So, yeah, when something good happens that surprises them. But it can also be used ironically when something bad happens and you can't quite believe how bad it is. Does that make sense? Cool. Wow. You know, you're diving deep into the emotions behind words tonight. That's actually pretty cool that you're thinking about this stuff. Most people just say wow without ever really breaking it down like you are.
Is wow a formal or informal expression?
Wow is super informal, definitely not something you'd use in a business meeting or anything official. It's totally casual and natural for everyday conversations, though. What made you curious about the formal thing?
Why do people say wow suddenly?
That's a good question. I think wow happens almost like a reflex, something unexpected catches you off guard and it just slips out. It's like when someone jumps when you scare them, but with words instead. Something hits you and your brain just kind of blurts it out before you even think about it. Does that track with what you've noticed?
Why do can wow be used in daily conversation?
Hmm. I'm not following you completely. What do you mean by daily possession? Were you asking where you can use wow every day? It's pretty much everywhere. Reacting to good food, someone's new clothes, seeing something beautiful, hearing good news. It's pretty limitless.
Okay, what kind of event makes people say wow?
Well, there are tons. Seeing something beautiful like a sunset, witnessing an amazing talent like someone singing or dancing, getting good news like a great grade or finding out you got something you wanted. Even simple things like biting into really good food. Usually it's anything that catches people by surprise in a good way. Anything come to mind for you?
Okay,
Cool. What's on your mind tonight?
what feeling does wow show?
We actually already talked about that. Wow shows surprise, amazement, excitement, sometimes even disbelief. You were asking about it earlier. Anything else about wow you want to explore?
How does wow make conversation more interesting?
Smart question. A well timed wow actually makes conversations more engaging. It shows you're listening, you're paying attention, and you're genuinely interested in what the other person's saying. It keeps things from feeling flat or robotic. It also tells the other person they're connecting with you. Have you ever noticed that in conversations?
How does wow make conversation more interesting?
Not sure I caught that clearly. Did you mean how does wow make conversations more interesting? If so, we just talked about that. It shows you're engaged, interested, and makes the whole exchange more natural.
Do children use the word wow often? Why?
Yeah, kids say wow all the time. They're experiencing new things constantly. The world feels pretty amazing when you're little. So something new catches their attention. It's just natural for them to react with wow. And honestly, they're still learning more complicated ways to express themselves. So wow is easy and catches a lot of different feelings at once. Kids just seem more impressed by stuff than we do as adults, don't they?
Okay. How does make uh,
Cool.
uh, both good and bad surprises?
I mean, how can you say wow for both good and bad surprises? That's such a good point. People say wow even when something terrible happens, but your tone totally changes. When it's good, it's bright and excited, like when you get tickets to a concert. But when it's bad, it's like disbelief, shock, like, wow, I can't believe that just happened. The word's the same, but how it lands is totally different.
What is another word similar to wow?
There are tons. Amazing, incredible, unbelievable, fantastic, really anything that shows you're impressed. Depends on what part of wow you're trying to capture, the excitement, the surprise, or just overall amazement. Which version are you after?
Can wow be used in writing?
Totally. You see wow a lot in writing, but usually in less formal settings. In texts, informal stories, sometimes even scripts when someone's supposed to react. It adds emotion to whatever else is happening in the writing, but it would look kind of weird if someone threw a wow into like a formal research paper or something. Does that make sense?
Why do people react with wows instantly?
I think you meant wow there, right? People react with wow instantly because it's such a natural response to something unexpected. There's not really thinking involved, it just bubbles up from shock or surprise. It's like when someone makes a noise, if they stumble or get scared, wow just happens automatically.
What type of surprises make people say wow?
Good question. I think most wow surprises have two things, they're unexpected and they're significant. Like finding out your favorite artist is giving away free tickets or seeing a double rainbow. So it's something you didn't see coming, but makes you feel something big like excitement, relief, amazement. Does that make sense?
How does wow make conversation more expressive?
Yeah, wow actually adds a ton of expression to conversations. It gives you emotional nuance that just saying that's interesting wouldn't give you. It shows how much you actually feel about something instead of just acknowledging it. Wow, that's incredible. Versus, that's interesting. Totally different reactions in tone and feeling. It's a little signal that shows you're genuinely engaged.
Okay, can wow be used in formal writing?
Like a report or an official letter? Probably not. No. Um, wow is super casual. You'd want more professional language for something formal. But in less strict writing like blogs or casual stories, definitely. It depends on how formal you want to sound.
ओके थैंक यू सो मच एवरीवन मिलते हैं किसी नेक्स्ट सीसीएम पर तब तक के लिए अल्लाह हाफिज़